What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's your first time stopping by the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, we've been covering this news heavy on this New Orleans jailbreak in which 10 inmates, 5 of which have been rearrested, broke out of a New Orleans jail a couple weeks ago. And a lot of arrests has been happening, not just with these inmates, but people that helped them. At last count, there were 9 people that were arrested. I reported on this yesterday because every day it seemed like more people are getting arrested again. Well, today doesn't seem to disappoint as well, because here 3 more people have been arrested in aiding these 5 inmates or other inmates, you know, that are rearrested in their escape. I spoke until I was blue in the face about how this is not a good idea. And I want to show you the new people that are arrested and what their charges are, plus a little bit more information on how these guys made their escape. So take a look at this and we'll be back with commentary.
We mentioned we are in weekend 2 right now of a massive manhunt to capture 5 inmates still on the run right now as new arrests are mounting tonight, with 2 more arrested for assisting. WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin is live, staying on top of all these new developments. And Jasmine, hearing from the crews as well, trying to track tips down right now.
Yeah, Elizabeth, a total of 9 accomplices are now behind bars, all accused of assisting those inmates that escaped from the Orleans Justice Center. This as police continue to search for 5 inmates still on the run tonight. As law enforcement searches for inmates, they are also looking for people accused of helping them. 2 additional accomplices were arrested on Saturday. Court records show Linton Van Buren Sr. and Angel McKee were taken into custody. Van Buren Sr. is charged with accessory after the fact and theft. His bond is set at $1,002,500. McKee is also charged with accessory after the fact and has a $1 million bond.
It's a serious matter. It's not a joke. Some of the people we're dealing with are acting like it's a joke or a Grand Theft Auto game. It's not.
Although it's still unclear what role each accomplice played in assisting the escapees, Linton Van Buren Sr. has the exact same name as inmate Linton Van Buren, who is still on the run.
These are dangerous people. Many of them already have convictions of serious nature. Some of them have pending rape charges. Murder charges, you name it. I mean, they're a danger to the community. 9
days into the search for the remaining inmates, hundreds of law enforcement personnel continue to search. And the U.S. Marshal's Office says, along with the remaining inmates, additional accomplices will likely be taken into custody.
It may take a little longer than some people expect. It's not as easy as just driving around looking for them. I mean, a lot of them are in hiding or somebody's helping them. So it's going to take some effort, but the work's going to continue with all the agencies that we're working with, and eventually all 5 of them will be found.
And tonight, the U.S. Marshal's Office says they will continue working with other agencies until they find those 5 remaining inmates that are still on the run. If you have any information on the inmates' whereabouts or anyone who would possibly help them, you should call police or Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in New Orleans, Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.
And Jasmine, we're learning some new details on exactly how the 10 inmates escaped the Orleans Parish Jail last Friday. Sources with direct knowledge of the investigation say that the inmates allegedly used electric hair clippers to tear through the wall and were provided rags to cover the barbed wire while climbing over the fence. Sources also say that additional charges for this assistance are expected.
12:08, let's get to the search for those 5 inmates still on the run. To date, 3 more people are behind bars accused of helping the escapees. That brings the total number of alleged accomplices arrested to 12. Jail records show Tyshania Randolph and Patricia Van Buren have been charged with accessory after the fact. Both are being held on a $1 million bond. Lanika Van Buren was also arrested Sunday and charged with a probation violation. Law enforcement officials say more arrests are coming, likely on similar charges.
So accessory after the fact is helping after they escaped, either providing them clothing, food, shelter, giving them a ride somewhere, things like that along those lines. Just giving them aid and not reporting that aid, talking to them on the phone and continuing to tell them you're going to help them and providing any kind of aid that you might provide them. And helping them is not helping the public. It's making things dangerous for everyone out there.
If you've been paying attention to these stories I've been putting out, I think, honestly, and in fact, I'm almost sure that the three people that you see up here, not pictured up here, are the ones that was in the house when Linton Van Buren Sr. was arrested. Remember when he was arrested in the video, said 4 other people were in the house, but they weren't charged at the present moment. If you look at the last name of these 2 women, I think one is most likely the mom, and the other one is probably a sister or cousin. They were in the house at the time. Now that third person, I think maybe a distant relative, and they got her on a parole violation just to hold her. You know, I don't know what role she played, but either way, this is crazy. Reason why I say this is crazy is, yeah, you got people that's riding for their people against the justice system after doing injustice to others, but to have, from a standpoint of a man, you decided that you wanted to break out, but you got other people involved, knowing that you couldn't do it by yourself, and now you got other people in a jam while you're making an escape and going into hiding, which is very hard to do without a plan. And now your people is left to take the punishment. They're incarcerated where you was, where you tried to escape. Now you done got them in there where you didn't want to be. That's the thing. People will use you until they use you up. A lot of these criminals don't give a damn about people around them. That's why you see some of the crimes they got. Domestic violence, rape, murder. These people don't care about anything. They're supremely selfish. How you gonna be sitting up in there on a run and your dad locked up? Or your other family members locked up? Don't know if it's the mom and the sister, but they got the same name. I don't know. These people have lives that are out there. You know, they're losing jobs. They're losing time away from work. They're going to have to start all over. Hell, they turn into what you are. You know what I'm saying? Now they got a criminal moniker next to their name, and most likely they have a record. You see them bonds? Everybody got $1 million bonds, at least. The one inmate that helped them, what was his name? Thomas? I forgot his last name was Thomas. He got the highest bail at $2 million. Another thing is this. In a new report, it said they cut through the wall with hair clippers. What kind of walls they got? What kind of walls does a hair clipper cut through cement? Yo, people, listen. When I was in prison, man, I seen some of the most creative people, almost on the genius level. And I always sat there and I said, man, with all this talent you have, why are you locked up? You know what I'm saying? And I would never even thought it. I ain't never seen hair clippers cut through cement. So I don't even know what they was cutting through. Was it insulation? Who knows? But these people are out, off and running, and family members are left to pay the price, whether they helped them or not. I would feel bad as an inmate. My dad locked up? Come on, man. Come on, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. What is this? With the 3 arrested, that brings the total to what, 12 people? So it's more people that helped them than inmates that escaped. Make it make sense. I will see you in the next video. Take care.